Hey, Mark the Meerkat Suffering here with free online tradingeducation.com, brought to you by Grok Trade, where I'm an analyst, host of the Grok Star Trading Room, and perhaps your future mentor. Well, this is going to be a video of a little different flavor than I've been doing for the last 200 plus videos. I just want to take a look at the S&P 500 for a minute. I am marveled and amazed at the market. Here's the S&P 500 this morning. This is where it opened right here. And then it did go up a couple of points, and then it proceeded to drop. This is a 5-minute chart, by the way, on the S&P 500 SPX index. And look at this. It started to come down to this red line here. We call this line big red. That's the 200 period moving average. So it takes the last 200 candles and adds them together and plots a point after it divides by 200. But take a look. The market came down and stopped right there. And then dropped down, but came right back to it, and then started from there, and then came right back to there, and then just pierced it briefly right there. Now, what is the S&P 500? It is a collection of 500 stocks. So the collective opinion of all the traders out there, their belief is that this is as far as we're going down. But again, that's a collection from 500 different stocks. That is the collective psychology going on. This just friggin' amazes me. Why it would stop right here. Then what happened after that? It started to go up. It broke above the 8 EMA, and there it is to the 20, above the 20. And then it high-based, and it kept on going up, and now it actually did come back into positive for the day. At this point, now it's 11:30 Eastern Time. My point is, this was the low of the day right here, this area. Why? Because the collective psychology of all the traders out there decided that was going to be the low of the day. In fact, if we take a look at the daily chart here, look at this. This is the low. Right there was a low that we saw. It pierced down there on that one shadow. And now look at that. It ended up finishing higher than the opening. In fact, very near the high of the day. Probably a new all-time high. I haven't checked that. So we talk about trading psychology and trader psychology. The group psychology of everyone out there determines where the price is going to move based on what? Supply and demand. But who is being more aggressive? Are the buyers or the sellers? But it's the collective opinion and belief of everyone that causes that change in direction. Again, sometimes I'm just friggin' amazed when those lines work out like that. This is Mark the Meerkat Suffering. Just remember, it's not what you know that counts, it's what you do. So go out there and learn the right thing, and then have the discipline to do the right thing.